what's going on, everybody? UltimatDjz here from the Talking Trek podcast with another video for you regarding the third and final installment of the original series right here, Arc 3 in Star Trek Fleet Command. What's going on, everybody? My name, as mentioned, I'm going to do it like 17 more times, is UltimatDjz. Smash that subscribe button, please. Hey, that way you can keep up to date with what's going on here. Click the little bell, and that way you're notified when new content comes out. Hit the little thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up and leave your comments down below, and we will get to those. It's been a very busy week in the content creation world with the launch of Arc 3, and here today we are going to give you a little bit of information, a little bit of follow-up on what we weren't able to provide yesterday, plus a little bit of a deeper dive into the events, not only the one we've got today, but the ones that we have upcoming. First and foremost, though, I would like to take a quick second to show off these refits that we weren't able to do yesterday, starting with the constellation skin, all right, for the ISS Jellyfish. And of course, we've talked about this ability being just absolutely phenomenal, 50% to the ability of the ISS Jellyfish, making it definitely the most valuable skin in the game right now. As far as we can tell, this skin is now available or will be available starting today. If you are watching this is day 2 of the arc, so if you're watching it later, this is going to be available today with the launch of today's event reset, the launch of today's leaderboard. This is going to be available here today to Ops 38 Plus. We were talking about that in the podcast the other day. Where is this skin going to be available for shard accumulation? It looks as though it will be Ops 38 is going to have a crack at it, okay? But just an absolutely beautiful skin. Very quickly, I want to show off the skins for the other ships. We had talked about that we knew the ability that was going to be applied to the G3 epics, all right? That's 70% to weapon damage. What we didn't know yesterday was what it was going to be for the G4 epics, and it's 100% to weapon damage against hostiles. And again, the Romulan Bird of Prey just absolutely looking phenomenal. I wish that I could get a good image of the underside. This is about as good as I can get, and you guys can see even the paint is underneath that ship. Really, really nice. Of course, you can see the paint scheme really well up on top, but underneath, we don't have a real good image of that. But if you look at just the right reflection right there, you can see that the Bird of Prey image is painted on the underside of this skin, and this is available for not only the Romulan Augur, but also the Hegda as well, with just different buffs. 70% at G3 level, 100% at the G4 level. Quick love for the D7. Here, let's get you a quick glimpse of this real quick. This being available for the, I'm sorry, I said the Hegda. It was the Tribune on the Bird of Prey. Hegda here, and of course your D4. And just, again, really nice. Even the little detail with the artwork right there, kind of digging it. All right, I do like these skins. I like the utility buffs that go with them as well. Listen, I want to talk to you about the first event that we got today, and I'm going to do a little bit of quick math, just a little bit of quick math for you, because we did do, we saw this event come out. It's a brand new hook, right? We talked about this hook being brand new. We talked about the fact that it was a new scoring metric, and indeed it is. It is to receive damage. Now, already feedback is flying in from across the galaxy. Oh man, this event, what a grind. What a grind. For example, shout out to German Hugo. All right, German Gregor Hugo over there, who said, my God, I have to kill hundreds of these things, because he had to kill, I think it was Hugo, you said you had to kill like 34s, 35s, and 36s. Those were the systems that were available to you. And you had to use a level 28 ship. That was the lowest ship that you could use, was a level 28 ship. You said, I can kill hundreds of these things. I can kill them for days. So there's a couple of things that I'm going to suggest to maybe try to help, okay? Maybe try to help. For some of you who've got overpowered ships, first of all, the feedback has been sent. My personal opinion, Scopely, is that we probably should have stuck with how we originally imagined this, that we could have used combat ships all the way down to the level 26 shipyard. Okay, that's kind of how I envision this. Even when we were talking about it, I was kind of thinking that we weren't going to be so tightly limited here. My personal opinion, this event has a great theme behind it, but we need to work on this class, this limitation of ships. You've got a couple of problems with this. One, for the upper level 40s, let's start there and work down. For the upper level 40s who've got really powerful ships, these hostiles are just cutting through them like butter. Or I mean, the ships are cutting through these hostiles like butter, so receiving damage is really tough. Secondly, for like the mid-range, like the 39 to 41, you've got listen, they're appropriate power. We're getting damage, okay? That's okay. But it's an expensive event, especially considering what the payout is here is, some event store loot, which some people are going to work towards. Clearly, I have, all right? I'd love to try to get that avatar, but I don't know that I'm going to get there. Then you drop down a little bit, and the lower ops bracket players have the same issue as the higher ops bracket players, in which their ships are just cutting through these hostiles like butter. I personally think, and this is just my opinion, I don't know if it can be done. It seems like it could have been much more simple than what you made it. I say remove the system banding. Remove the system banding, remove the ship banding. Let people choose what ship they want to go with. That way, if they do want to use a smaller ship, obviously, they're going to take smaller bits of damage, right? But that's going to create a larger grind. Versus if you want to do something like what I've been doing and taking a larger ship, which is admittedly more expensive, okay, then you can do it in larger chunks. All right, if you remove those restrictions, I don't see any incentive for PvPing here, so I don't think that you're going to have a whole lot of problem with a lot of the galaxy trying to interfere with other people. Now, by the way, kudos on the artwork. The artwork's beautiful. I love the artwork. I don't even have a problem with these armadas, these fissures that we're going to be talking about a little bit later, but love the artwork, okay? I would argue that the spawn rate of hostiles in these systems is pretty daggone low, right? The spawn rate of hostiles is really, really low. But I also haven't seen a ton of traffic. Maybe that was your intention. I don't know. But I would like to see this particular event tweaked for future runs. And yes, folks, it is going to run more than once, okay? Which is why we see this right here. Somebody saying, well, if there's no Doomsday directives in the game, why do we have the Doomsday Armada scoring metric? I'll tell you why, folks. Because Planet Killer is going to happen more than one time, okay? Today was the first day of the arc. Now, was it maybe not 1,000% a clever move to launch it before the directives become available? Maybe not. Maybe not, okay? But if we're looking here, Planet Killer, okay, we see that this is running. It's Ops 30 plus. It's running today. Looks like we're going to get it again tomorrow, or, well, again today, depending on when you watch. All right, it's 48 hours with 2 24-hour milestones, it appears. We're going to get this again, all right? And even today, you're going to have the opportunity to pick up Armada directives because that is coming today. All right, today being March 10th here in the United States, and we see March 10th begins the Doomsday ticketed events, begins Doomsday Machine, and we are going to see Armadas become a part of this. Here's day one. This is what we're getting. And we're going to dive back into this in a few minutes because there's something that I wanted to draw to your attention here. But uncommon Doomsday Armadas, that's coming. And if we look here, we'll see all players are going to get their event tickets each day, so you can do one of these events. Additional tickets can be purchased. And let's see, I saw it somewhere where the Doomsday Armadas were also going to be available for purchase. And I may not find it immediately, but nonetheless, the Doomsday Armada directives are going to become available today, okay? That's what we're expecting. So now I want to come back up here and I want to show you this particular crew. Now, for some of you, you guys are getting creative with your crews. This is a damage received event. Snake Eyes was making fun of me yesterday because one of the crews that I was experimenting with was not a PvE crew whatsoever. I took a mining crew up on a secondary ship. All right. First of all, if I want to speed through this, then I'm going to probably use a couple of different ships. All right. I'm going to start with my Enterprise here because it's got good hull. Okay. It's got good health. Come over here to my hull health. It's over 2 million. I'm going to use the old Leslie trick. All right. Use Moreau for some synergy for restoring the hull health here. Take a look. Okay. Right here. Once the ship drops under 35% of its starting hull health, then Leslie's going to restore 10% of my health at the end of each round. That's giving me longer life. That is how we're scoring points, ladies and gentlemen, is based on hull damage received. So any ship that's going to offer you additional hull, or any officer rather, that's what you want to try to do. For example, Livis is a great example on a battleship, okay? Livis is a great example if you're using an auger, for example, or a Bortus, all right? Anything that's going to extend your hull. Of course, this is the crew that we've talked about being one that allows you to extend battles for punching up. So that's what I'm wanting to try to do here. I want to come in and hit the largest hostile that I can so that the battle lasts as long as possible. Now, I did test this against a 42. I can actually kill a 42, so I don't want that because then I'm left with leftover health points. but at the end of battle, any health points that Leslie gave me disappear. So I definitely want to hit an impossible target. And you'll see, oh, that one was terrible. Only 2.16 or 2.1 million. And see, that was really good luck. That was really good luck. I didn't end up really using Leslie at all. Now I'm going to have to punch down a little bit to try to get some benefit. I'm going to demonstrate this to you here in a moment. And actually, I did gather some screenshots as well. And I'll show you some stuff here in just a moment. Maybe I should have gone against that battleship. That might have been better. You know what? We'll test that one here real quick since I'm going to disco back in, and I will summons back to show you this particular scoring metric. I also have some screenshots that I'm going to show with you here in a second. Only 300,000 points. That was an absolute terrible run. No lie, folks. That was a terrible waste of a hull, okay? Terrible waste of repair. Obviously, I'm getting points for the titanium, but that's not where most of it's coming from. All right, it's coming from the hull damage received. So you're going to have to tinker with your crew to find a good way. Now, the one thing about this particular crew is that it does depend on procs. I'm going to get some better runs. Like last time you saw, I only got 2.4 million total points. This time I'm going to do better, though. 5.5 million, okay? That's a much better run. And you're going to notice I die, okay? Which is the desired outcome. I want that hostile to take as much of my hull health as possible. Now, let's talk about the actual design of the event. Is this a mindless grind? Yes. Yes, it is. How many times are you willing to die, ladies and gentlemen? That's the question. How much are you willing to come up here and spend in titanium, spend in dilithium, spend in repair speed ups and latinum maybe or whatever? How much are you willing to die? Okay, that's the question. And that is getting accumulated right here in this leaderboard. Now, again, I know some people say that it, for example, is too easy, too hard, yada, 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 okay? I want to, and I know this is a terrible image. Snake Eyes would absolutely kill me here. But I want to show you this. Here is your leaderboard brackets. Now, thankfully, these are relatively tight, okay? This event was for 30 plus. Here are your bracketed leaderboard. These are confirmed. This is the Planet Killer solo leaderboard. So, as a 39, I'm competing up to 41, but we've also said that's somewhat of a fair bracket. All right, I'm kind of okay with that. 42 to 45, 46 to 49, and guess what, 50s? You're in a bracket all your own. Okay, so this is the bracket. If you want to clip this, take a screenshot, whatever you need to do, those are the brackets that you're competing with in the Planet Killer SLB, and that is going to continue to iterate, okay? This one, for example, ends in 2 hours, but according to the calendar, it looks like we have another day of this, okay? Can't say for sure. It's interesting that the leaderboard ends in this period of time, and if we go back, the way that they have traditionally written in the news center is based on event days, okay? Now, this may be different this month, okay? Somebody new wrote this arc, so when they were writing this news center, this could be starting 3-9 and ending 3-10 at event reset. This may just be a 24-hour thing, because if you look at the next run, it looks like it's going to be possibly 2 days. So I'll tell you this, sometimes in the past, they've run this and they say, okay, event day 3-9, event day 3-10, which would be 2 event days. This would be 4 event days, for example. So we're going to have to see. Don't know. Event day 13, 14, and 15, it could be 3 days, or it could only be 48 hours, starting at event reset on the 13th and ending at event reset on the 15th. They actually have not shown a ton of consistency when writing this calendar. We're going to find out. My guess is, I know I originally said 2 days. My guess is since the solo leaderboard is only 1 day, and it's ending here in just a couple of hours, I'm going to imagine that this is written based on start at event reset and end at event reset. This one being 24 hours, the next one being 24 hours. So you know who you're going up against, all right? The leaderboards usually last the duration, the solo milestones usually in a 24-hour period, okay? Taking a look at the rewards here for Ops 39, only the top 7 spots getting paid, all right? It's been somewhat competitive over here on my bracket. You guys hear me talk all the time. Shout out Bojack. What's up, buddy? Staying very, very busy. Suiciding many, many times, okay? Either that or spending a load of titanium, all right? Dilithium, and that's a lot of dilithium to spend, so I imagine that that's not dilithium. He's probably doing it based on these hostiles where he's getting the points, all right? And golly, I mean, still only 1 point per damage. It's a tough grind. I mean, I'm here to tell you, 430 million points, That's a lot of suiciding, okay? It's a lot of suiciding, a lot of repair speed-ups, and if Bojack did that, then he is 1,000,000% deserving of this up here, which is the event store loot, and of course the avatar. We'll talk about the loot coming up here also in just a few minutes. So, again, Snake Eyes given me a little bit of grief the other day because I did take a second ship. I took a secondary ship up here and was using I took it on my auger, and I did just a filler crew. Just a crew that was going to let me die. By the way, folks, I am seeing people fly Pike Moreau Chen in this event. That is a terrible idea. Okay? The idea is not the damage that you're inflicting. The idea is not how many hostiles you can do. The idea is die and die quickly. Die and die quickly. Now, some people have said use Livis over here, okay? Or a Pike Moreau. See, I'm using Moreau, so I can't use her anywhere else. I'm using Moreau over here with Leslie. Now, Pike and Livis, I don't think are actually going to work because Livis is a passive ability. Let's take a look at Livis here very quickly. Livis is a passive ability, folks, meaning that he is not going to be impacted in battle. Okay? So, let me find him. Where'd he go? Where'd you go, Livis? He's probably in that one blank space. By the way, this bug has been, and now it's not showing there. Here's Livis. By the way, if you guys do see a blank spot in your officer carousel, that's been reported. All right, but his officer ability is if the ship is battleship, Livis increases maximum hull health by 60%. That's great. That's to base, of course. Okay, that's great, but that's a passive ability, not done in battle, meaning Pike is not going to impact Livis. Now, Livis still a great officer for a battleship. Yes. And I've actually got him under deck on my Enterprise. But if I'm looking to smash out points really, really quickly, I'm going to take a crew that I know can die, folks. No Pike Moreau Chen here. No Pike Moreau Talon. The idea is not to extend battle. It's to extend your hull. Okay? So let's very quickly, let's take Livis out of here. And let's come back over here. And we're going to throw Livis up on the... I thought I just freed up Livis. Did I not? Did I not confirm it? Oh, I moved the wrong officer. Sorry. Okay. Here, let's throw somebody else back in there. There we go. Okay, good. And I'm going to come back over here to Livis, and I'll show you an auger here very quickly, too. And again, there may be better officers here. Let's see. If the battle is not lost, he restores 5% of hull health. See, I don't think that's helping me a whole lot. Decreasing shield health. I don't think that's helping. And you guys could correct me if I'm wrong. I really think that Livis is probably the right one to use here, but nonetheless, let's head back, okay? Let's head back. I'm going to summon both of these ships, and we will use the auger first, okay? Now, remember, the Enterprise damage is going to fluctuate. It's going to depend on my procs. It's going to depend on the criticals that I take when I cross that 35% threshold. But let's just use a wasted crew on a massively hull-powered ship with Livis that is extending my hull, okay? Very quickly, let's just see if it can tell me what my hull is going to be. My hull is upwards of 3 million, so in theory, this should be about a 3 million damage point right here, all right? I'm going to die. There is no doubt I'm going to die against this hostile. So 3.3 million points. And by the way, if I'm using Livis, that's fixed. There's nothing here that's extending my hull or anything like that. Now, if I take a look, I did very little damage, so let's go ahead. I suspect I will probably still die against this hostile, so we'll go ahead and try that very quickly. Then I'm going to show you a couple screenshots, and then I want to get into the event guide because I'm already going too long here with what I wanted to share with you. Gosh, we're already at 16 minutes. Whoa, this is going to be a good one, guys. All right, so, yeah, 3.15 million. Again, not great. All right, my auger doing all right, but, you know, that one was already maybe damaged. I don't know. See, the thing is, this particular mechanic is tricky to predict, especially with Leslie, okay? Let's come down here. Let's try this battleship again. And I think that may have had part of what I'm doing. I'm choosing my targets a little bit carelessly. I need to be choosing a target that I know my Enterprise is going to die on. And, whoops, nope, don't want to do that. That my Enterprise is going to die on, and but do it in such a way that Leslie is still extending the battle. So let's try this here. I suspect that this is going to give me somewhere between 5 and 6 million, I hope. And it does, 5.1 million. So, folks, again, choosing your targets, choosing your crew, that's the cerebral part of this event. There's no doubt. But it's also, I mean, it's kind of, on the surface, it's a little bit mindless. Yes, we're literally just killing ourselves. We are splattering ourselves on the windshield of a semi-truck. Okay, that's what's happening. The intent of this event was to die multiple times, repeatedly, over and 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 over again. All right, I'm going to do this 1 or 2 more times just to give myself a couple more points, and then we are going to move on to another piece of content that I wanted to share with you here today. And gosh, we probably could already break it up into another video, but nonetheless, we're going to dive into this. As a matter of fact, I'll just go ahead. You know what? Let me recall this. I got the auger going in. What has happened? Oh, yeah, there's the auger. The auger is going to go in against that hostile. It's going to die. I'm going to go ahead and recall this so nobody takes it out. And I want to show you a couple screenshots here just based off the points and so forth and where I started kind of yesterday when I was working on this a little bit. Here we go, okay? So I'm just going to roll you through a camera roll, tell you a real quick story, okay? This is kind of where I started when I thought, I said, hey, I want to make some content about this, okay? So I started about 23 million points. But what I wanted to display was the type of ships that I was using. So first, I started with the auger. I was getting about 3.6 million. Why? Because I was using a hull extender there. Okay, absolutely. I was also using burning, which was maybe helping. I don't know. Possibly not. And you can see here that the points did add up. I started at 23.6, got 3.6, should end up at about 27.2, but also I had started to repair my ship, and don't forget I'm spending dill there, okay? Next time I took my Enterprise, started with this Leslie crew. I got 5.4 on that one. That was a good set of procs. Obviously, that is my overall winner. Yes, it does require a little bit of luck, but that's my overall winner. I kept going through. This one was a bad one. But by the way, look, I had Triangle on my side, so he didn't deal as much damage against me. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I survived that battle. All right, so I didn't get as many points. The idea is to choose your targets, all right? Go against the Triangle. Use something that is definitely for sure going to kill you. All right, look right here. I went against a 43 battleship, 5.2 million points, all right? Went over here, used an Enterprise against an Explorer. All right, I did better in that battle. It did not deal as much damage to me, so I got less points. Folks, for the Enterprise players, you absolutely want to be hitting you absolutely want to be hitting battleships. Okay? If you're going to take the Enterprise, you really can't be hitting the interceptors because you got Triangle on your side. All right? If you want to go up with a battleship, then hit the interceptors. All right? You got to die. You got to die quickly. All right. Now, very quickly, I want to jump into the event calendar, which was launched overnight last night. Leviathan. Here it is, TOS Part 3, Leviathan, okay? I'm not going to read through all this, all right? You guys can see it, you can read it, but I want to start with the events. New Doomsday Armadas, we've already seen them, starting in 3 existing systems and 3 new systems. You must download your client, by the way, in case you have not. Here's where I saw it. Doomsday Directives going to be given out each day of the Doomsday Alliance milestone event. Of course, additional directives can be purchased. That, of course, is a given. All right, but each day of the Doomsday Machine Alliance milestone event. So let's talk about that. Here's the stuff on the skins, yada, yada, yada. All right, now, let's talk about Leviathan. There's the missions. Okay, Doomsday Machine, this is what we have starting today, folks. This is where the Doomsday Armadas are going to start to be played and the directives are going to be given, okay? 3 days with 3 runs over the course of the month, so 9 total days. And by the way, you'll notice the dates match. These are your days of the Alliance or your ticketed events. And this is why we said in our podcast and in our hints that you would have the opportunity to do more events, okay? On day 1, yes, it's the standard 3, okay? As a matter of fact, for 15 through 25, you're only going to get 2. 15 through 29, you're going to get 3, okay? For 25 plus, let's see, that's 15 through 29. You actually look like you get 4. Oh, no, 25 plus. Okay, so 25 to 30, or 25 to 29, only 1, 2, 3. So 3 there. And then 30 plus, all right? 1, 2, 3. All right, so day 1, they've actually designed this somewhat decently. Only 3 events in day 1. That's what I'm trying to drive at. But take a look. Day 2 offers more. So let's go back. Level 15 through 25. 15 through 25, you only get 2. 15 through 25, same thing up here, by the way. 15 through 25 only getting 2. 15 through 25 here getting 2. Then 25 through 29 getting these 3. Okay? Then 30 through 34 are going to get this one, and this one. So there's 3. It looks like 35 plus then will have access to 4. This one, this one, this one, and this one. So that's 4 for 35 plus. That's the ops level. Shout out V-Ready. You asked about this. Here it is. 35 plus is going to get 4 events on day 2. Then on day 3, it gets even crazier. Okay? 15 through 29, you still got your 3. 15 through 29, you get your 3. 30 through 35. 30 through 35. You're actually 30 through 34. Let me rephrase. You're going to get 1, 2, 3. That's it. Still 3, right? 30 through 34. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Then 35, which is the same as the break point for up here. 35 is going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 38 plus, you got the big behemoth, okay? You got the big behemoth. I said that wrong. 38 plus is going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Meaning that you could spend 50 tickets on day 3. Now, they're breaking this out a little bit, all right? You can't do it every single day. But now, if we look at this, okay? So let's say you did all the brackets. I'm going to use me for an example, okay? For 38 plus, I'm going to use me for an example. You can do 30 tickets here. You can do 40 tickets here. And you can do 50 tickets here. That's 90. That's 120. And then we get to do that 3 times. That's 300. Oh, my God. Mind blown. It's 360 tickets. See, they surprise me with their math sometimes. They surprise me with their math sometimes. 360 tickets. And ladies and gentlemen, that I think is almost exactly what we were able to earn last time. Some people are going to have some leftovers. You might have to buy some if you want to completely max it out. But 360 tickets for 38 plus will be your absolute maximum. You're going to have to look at this and figure out what your maximum tickets will be if you want to buy some extras so that you can do it. Don't forget, folks, you're going to get 90 for free. 3 times, 3 days, 10 event tickets per day. You're going to get 90 for free on each one of these days. So don't overspend unless you plan on having leftovers, okay? Doomsday Machine, that is starting today. A solo leaderboard for 30 plus. Score points by collecting anti-protons. By the way, those anti-protons are going to be given out in these ticketed events. The anti-protons are a scoring metric for your alliance leaderboard and your solo leaderboard by killing hostiles, armadas, and doing the ticketed events. So yes, you don't have to spend on the tickets. There is a grindable element here, especially with the hostiles, all right? The armadas, arguable because you may have to pay for directives, but the hostiles, there's an unlimited supply of those. This is a grindable leaderboard. All right, Planet Killer is what we got right now. Receiving damage from Doomsday hostiles or armadas in specified systems. Scopely, I'd like to see a small rewrite on this one. Sure would, okay? Listen, we're going to have a break. We got a 2-day break. It's not too late to tweak this one and bring it back out on the 13th in a slightly better fashion for all players, okay? So we'd like to see that. Plunders of War. This one's cool. 32 plus. This is your PvP kind of PvE thing. These 3 events all run in tandem, okay? So let's take a look here. All right, this is 15 through 31. So, by the way, this one's actually running for some of you today. Raiding cargo from hostiles. That's cool, okay? That's cool. Kill a hostile, pick up some steel, earn some points, all right? But there's another Plunders of War for 32 plus, and that's raiding cargo from hostiles or player ships in the specified systems. Adding another layer to the PvP, PvE hybrid event, which is this month called... well, it was Anarchy for up to 31, so you guys are getting your PvP, by the way. Shout out Karkin, who said, hey, listen, last month it was 32 plus. What about us down here at 31 and down? You got it this month. Anarchy, all right? Starting on the 15th, you got 2 runs, solo milestone, only a milestone, so not necessarily a griefer stool down there, but destroy the hostiles in regular systems or PvP in the open or the danger systems, okay? There you've got it. But up here in Plunders of War, guys, get this. This is the 32 plus quote-unquote PvP, PvE hybrid, except it's different. We're not going to necessarily just be getting damage by dealing damage to players, okay? We have to wait till that player picks up cargo from hostiles, meaning you might have to use 2 ships here. You might have to have a PvP ship there on standby to protect your PvE ship, because the only way that in PvP you're going to score points is to steal cargo from another player who is grinding PvE. It's mind blown, okay? Very specific procedure here. You're going to have to be careful. Don't just go up and blindly kill everybody, all right? You got to kill people who have cargo, all right? Let's come down to the ISS Jelly refit and the G3 refits. This is also important, folks, and I hope I get this video out in time. Right now, you got a G3 refit. This is offering you the components, okay? This is offering you this currency. Let me show you real quick. G3 refits, all right? Right here. Ship Skin Shard Tracker. All right, you're earning these materials. These materials then can be redeemed in your gift section for the skin of your choice. Clearly, I would be going for the Romulan Augur. There's no doubt. This is the one that I want, okay? I can see that I've got to get this. And I think, by the way, I don't remember. It doesn't show me right now. Here, let me do this real quick. I'll go back. I'll show you full screen. I'm pretty sure that it requires for this one 80 of these blueprint skin thingies, if I'm not mistaken. So let me show you real quick. Refits, unlock. If I want the auger, yes, I need 80 of these, all right? So let's go back to our gift section real quick. Let's do some math. I need 80 of these. They cost 1 for 1, so that's not, oh my gosh, 1 for 1. Listen, that means if I were to win this, by the way, it is an auction. Straight up, G3 spend, G4 spend. It's an auction. But if I won the auction, boom, I've got my G3 skin right off the bat. All right, plus I got some nice event store loot, which we'll talk about in a later video. So this stuff, you only need 80 of these, folks, to get your first skin. All right, and if you want to earn more skins, you can, but yeah, you take a look. Now, the reason I urge caution is because this is the G3, G4 one, but, ladies and gentlemen, we have discussed the ultimate prize of this particular arc is right here. The Jellyfish refit, the Constellation skin for your ISS Jellyfish. By the way, also score by spending G3 or G4 materials. So for those of you 32 to 37, okay, G3 is all you're going to get this month, all right? Go for those, all right? As I said earlier, the level 38 plus have a chance at the Jellyfish refit auction, and it is an auction. Spend G3, G4, all right? And it's going to run twice, and we're going to assume, based on the calendar, that this is a 48-hour auction or a 48-hour solo leaderboard, spending G3 or G4, participating to earn your Constellation skin. By the way, I point this out for 38 plus. You may want to hold back if you're looking at the G3 because the scoring metrics are the same. You got to spend G3 or G4. So if you're not necessarily flush with a bunch of stuff, you want to hang tight for this Jellyfish one. Also, wrapping it up, TOS officers. This is a love of mine because you know I love collecting recruit tokens. Score by recruiting, collecting officer shards. By the way, this will be for any officer in the game. And then, of course, promoting and leveling up TOS officers. My understanding is that this is wide open. So using your ultras here, using your faction tokens, this is all going to contribute. We're going to see this event run 3 times. It looks like 48 hours apiece for level 15 plus. St. Patrick's Day event. Guys, Scrambled Communication is kind of back. All right, 20 question event. By the way, only 24 hours. This is going to be a very busy day. A very busy day because you're going to have 20 sub-events. Not 6 like Scrambled Communications, but 20. Each question is going to ask a trivia question. Holy cow. You're going to look through the answers, but each answer is going to have a corresponding activity. Only the correct activity in the list will complete that sub-event. Complete that one, you get the next one. Do it 20 times, and you will earn the Captain St. Patrick event. Okay, do it 20 times, and you win that event. That is going to be an extremely busy day. Sounds like fun. Sounds a little bit quirky. I'm super pumped about it. Thank you, Scopely, for bringing back a version of Scrambled Communications. Folks, that was an extremely long video. A very long video. By the way, super quick. You guys were curious about, I know Snake Eyes is going to kill me with this quality. Real quick, the G3 skins leaderboard. Here are your brackets. G3 skins leaderboard, we just talked about it. This is for the 32 plus crowd, so obviously you can see a hard break there at 38. I'm kind of lucky. 38 and 39 is a very narrow bracket, okay? But hey, even down to the 32, 33, that's a small bracket. All these brackets are really tight until 40 plus. Sorry, 40 plus. You're going to have to play a little bit harder if you want the G3 skins, but keep in mind that the jellyfish skin is only available to 38 plus, so you may want to think about maybe dipping anyway, okay? But these are your brackets. I know Snake Eyes is going to kill me for the quality of that right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I know the video was super long. I'm super sorry, but lots of information to give you. I hope you enjoy this video. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the little bell thingy so you know when we do more. Give us a big old thumbs up. Leave your comments in the section below so we can answer your questions, and be sure to check us out even if you're listening. If you're watching this as soon as we launch it, this afternoon we got a live podcast. We got another one on Sunday. We got more videos coming. So much content for you, and we are excited to bring it to you. Special thanks to my executive producer, Snake Eyes, for putting all the visual wham bam shamalam into it for you. And my name is UltimatDjz, the man behind the mic. We are from Talking Trek, Star Trek Fleet Command's official podcast. We're going to see you on the next one. Love you, mean it. See you later. Bye.